Good morning, girls, and welcome back to our history class. Today, we shall be continuing with the discussion about the Maratha War of Independence. So, in the previous period, we discussed about how Sambhaji Maharaj bravely fought the enemies to protect the Swaraj right from a very young age up until his death, after which his brother Rajaram Maharaj became the new Chhatrapati. In this video, we are going to discuss about the continuation of Swaraj movement by Rajaram Maharaj and his capable and brave wife Maharani Tarabai. Now, while being under attack by the Mughals, realizing how risky it was for all the royals to stay at one place, Maharani Yesubai, with great tact, took a decision to ask Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj to escape Raigad and go to some far off place like Jinji. Rajaram Maharaj escaped from the besieged Raigad fort on April 5, 1689 and headed towards Jinji in the south. Jinji is presently in Tamil Nadu. The Jinji fort was invincible. It was not an easy task for the Mughals to capture this fort. Rajaram Maharaj took his faithful Sardars like Prahlad Niraji, Khando Ballal, Rupaji Bhosle and managed to reach Jinji. Back in Raigad, as the Marathas continued the movement for Swaraj, it started getting increasingly difficult for them to defend the Raigad fort against the might of the Mughals. The Mughals captured Raigad in November 1689 and arrested Maharani Yesubai and Shahu. Before heading towards Jinji, Rajaram Maharaj had assigned the duty to fight against the Mughals to Ramchandrapant Amatya, Shankaraji Narayan Sachiv, Santaji Ghorpade and Dhanaji Jadhav. From the Maratha point of view, the situation was critical. Aurangzeb had enticed many Maratha Sardars to his side by giving them watans and jagirs. Rajaram Maharaj also used the same tactics to obstruct the Mughal plans. It was promised that if a Maratha Sardar captured Mughal territory, it would be given to him as a jagir. Due to this promise, many capable Maratha Sardars came forward. They started invading the Mughal territory with vigor and defeated Mughal generals. Santaji and Dhanaji were at the forefront in these actions. It is said that the Mughal soldiers were so scared of Dhanaji that when their horse balked while drinking water, they would say, "Why, do you see Dhanaji in the water?" Against their surprise attacks and guerrilla tactics, the enormous amount of war material and heavy artillery of the Mughals were of little use. The Mughal forces were at their wits' end. On one occasion, Santaji Ghorpade and Vithoji Chavan even cut and carried away the golden pinnacle of the emperor's own tent in a surprise attack. Once Raigad was captured, the emperor sent Zulfikar Khan to the south on the campaign of Jinji. He laid siege to the fort of Jinji. The Marathas defended the fort bravely for nearly 8 years. The Mughal forces engaged in the siege were fiercely attacked from outside by Santaji and Dhanaji. Rajaram Maharaj escaped through the siege and returned to Maharashtra. Later, Zulfikar Khan captured the fort of Jinji. The return of Rajaram Maharaj to Maharashtra gave a boost to the Maratha activity. The Marathas attacked the Mughal territories of Khandesh, Farhad and Baglan. Rajaram Maharaj inspired hundreds of brave Maratha warriors like Santaji and Dhanaji with his understanding nature and statesmanship. He motivated them to protect the Swaraj and thus performed a very valuable task. But even as all this was taking place, Rajaram Maharaj died on 2nd March 1700 on Sinhagad after a short period of illness. Rajaram Maharaj was thoughtful and kind-hearted. He brought together all the capable people in the Maratha Empire. He united them, created a new enthusiasm amongst them. After the death of Sambhaji Maharaj, he fought against Aurangzeb for 11 years with great courage and tenacity. Rajaram Maharaj's greatest achievement is that he protected Swaraj in those extremely difficult times. While describing Rajaram Maharaj, a noted historian, Govind Sakharam Sardesai, popularly known as Riyasatkar Sardesai, has used the adjective Sthir Buddhi, which means a level-headed person or a calm and sensible person. Now, after the death of Rajaram Maharaj, Aurangzeb assumed that the Maratha would become weak and be easily defeated. But that was far from reality. Aurangzeb was winning battle after battle, but he could not win the war. Maharani Tarabai, the capable wife of Rajaram Maharaj, came forward to lead the Swaraj movement in the extremely unfavorable circumstances. Contemporary Mughal historian Khafi Khan describes Maharani Tarabai as an intelligent and knowledgeable woman. Her management of the army and administration had won renown even during the rule of her husband. After the death of Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj, Maharani Tarabai continued the Swaraj struggle bravely with the help of her Sardars. Aurangzeb captured Satara and Panhala from the Maratha territory, but at the same time, the Marathas dashed up to the Mughal areas of Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat. Tarabai expanded the war areas further. Sardars like Krishnaji Sawant, Khanderrao Dabhade, Dhanaji Jadhav, and Nemaji Shinde opened battles against Mughals on various fronts outside Maharashtra. This was a sign of change in the outcome of the war. Maharani Tarabai fought for 7 years. She kept the Maratha kingdom strong, took charge of the administration single-handedly, and encouraged the Sardars to participate in the mission of Swaraj. She received the assistance of many Maratha Sardars in this fight against the Mughals. For example, Khanderrao Dabhade defeated the Mughals and conquered Ahmedabad, whereas Nemaji Shinde crossed the Narmada river and penetrated into Malwa. About Tarabai, Khafi Khan further states that Rajaram's wife Tarabai achieved great things and displayed qualities of leadership of the army and management of campaigns. It added force to the Maratha campaigns. It is also said that Maharani Tarabai used the guerrilla technique very effectively. Marathas were comparatively weaker than Aurangzeb in army power. Aurangzeb used his army to put siege to the forts to capture them. Marathas used to fight for the fort as long as they could. But when the rainy season approached, Kiledar of the fort pretended to side with Aurangzeb. A bribe was accepted from Aurangzeb and the fort was handed over to him. The Kiledar used to deposit this bribe amount in the Maratha treasury. When Aurangzeb repleted the wealth, grains and ammunition on the fort, Tarabai used to capture that fort again. This strategy of Tarabai is described as safe deposit locker system. Thus, Maharani Tarabai kept up the legacy of valor inherited from Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Due to the forceful campaigns of the Marathas, Aurangzeb was frustrated. The Mughal Maratha fight had continued for 25 years. Still, the Mughals could not defeat the Marathas. In these circumstances, Emperor Aurangzeb died in the year 1707 at Ahmednagar. With this, the Maratha War of Independence came to an end. This Maratha War of Independence was the fight between the Mughal emperor's greed to expand his empire and the spirit of independence of the Marathas. The Marathas emerged victorious in it. After the death of Aurangzeb, they led others in filling the vacuum in the political arena. They controlled the throne of Delhi, ran the affairs of almost all parts of Hindustan, and protected it. Therefore, the 18th century is known as the century of the Marathas. With this, we come to an end of today's discussion and this chapter. Hope this video was informative. Thank you for being attentive. God bless you all.